Hi! So this is Soleil from Just Soleil, and this is my husband Zac. And tonight we are going to be talking about polyamory. So polyamory means many loves. Poly for many, and amory for loves. And another translation of what it would mean would be ethical non-monogamy. And so breaking that down, ethical means honest, everybody knows what's going on. Non-monogamy, obviously, monogamy would be two people committed in a relationship. And so what we're saying is it's more than two people who are potentially committed or in relationships or in love, with the poly as in loves and many, which would be more than two. So more than two people who are in love or in a relationship that is ethical, as in they all know. So it's not like cheating where there's two people who are together and then one of them is with someone else on the side and the other person doesn't know about it. All three or four or however many people are involved would know that those other people are involved. Anything to add?
Just that, I don't know, everybody has their own version of what that really means. Like, for some people that might not necessarily mean ever living with any of the people that they're in a committed relationship with, and for other people that might mean living in a group of 3 or 4 really close-knit people, or for some people it just might mean sort of dating around for like short periods of time.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good points there. Just polyamory in of itself is so broad. It really just vaguely means you're open to loving more people than just one in an honest way.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody in their own relationship does it completely differently. Like you said, some people live together, some people don't live together. Some people have hierarchies where, say, like, we're married, and so we, in a hierarchy, we'd say, like, we're primary and the most important relationship, and then secondary relationships could be those other people that we date, and then there might be tertiary or third level of relationships, which are people who we also date who are even less important when we prioritize what's happening in our lives, which is one way that people go about it. Just the same, like you said, sometimes people kind of date here and there, sometimes they all want to live together. And again, polyamory just means love or affection and feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't mean sex or intimacy, it doesn't relate to people's genders in any way or their sexual orientation. So again, polyamory, many loves, it doesn't mean anything specifically intimately or sexually with anybody of any gender. I mean, it could just be even having close, loving relationships without any sexual component. And it can also mean, say, we're in a polyamorous, open relationship, but we have feelings or find other people attractive, and we're open about that. We're like, hey, that person's hot. But we might not date other people, but to us, we're still polyamorous and open to those thoughts and feelings developing for other people.
And one other thing, like, people, there's different ways people like become polyamorous or think of polyamory too. I know
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, because we kind of differ in that, as in, for me, when I went through puberty and came to the realization, oh, I like girls and guys, and for me there was no difference, I just liked people. And at the same time, I knew that I liked this person, I liked that person too, and I didn't think there was anything wrong with liking more than one person at a time. And back then in my life, I didn't know there was a word for it. I didn't know that polyamory was a thing, but I knew that's how I was. That's how I felt about people in general. Even going way back to when I was a little kid. And people would say, I love you, and I would say, I love you too. Or I started saying, I love you too, to people before they even said, I love you to me. And my parents asked me why I said that. And for me, I said that I love you too because I love you and I love somebody else. So if I said, I love you too to my mom, I was saying, I love you to my mom, but I was also saying, I love you to my grandma, who might not be there, because by saying to or as well, I was including all those other people who I loved at the same time. So for me, way before puberty, before I even had those sorts of feelings for other people, romantically or sexually, I knew that was okay and that I loved many people at once. And so when I did go through puberty, that for me was just natural that that's how I would be. Like I said, long before I ever knew there was a word for it.
I only became polyamorous, I suppose, when I met Soleil. And she's like, this big idea. I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense. Because, I mean, logically, if you can love one person, why can't you love more than one person? Didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And I guess that's, I don't know, that's kind of how I go about my whole life, questioning everything everybody says about stuff, so but yeah, I really think it's a valid point. I mean, really, this monogamous ideal of what love is in today's culture is really just a cultural construct of how we got to where we are right now. And there might be, there's some validity to monogamy, just like there's some validity to polyamory. Everybody has their own ideas and opinions on what's right for them.
So, yeah, I think that's, like you said, how you just go about questioning things. That's a big thing about polyamory and just, good life in general, questioning how things are, and kind of how we talked about earlier, polyamory is different for everybody, and even if you're open to the idea, it doesn't mean you're open to everything. There's boundaries in any relationship. There's still cheating, and so there's still like what I'm comfortable with or what you're comfortable with, and respecting those boundaries and talking about it and communicating. So by no means is it a free-for-all or anything. And there's definitely, feelings, both happy, positive, and sometimes jealousy or hurt, miscommunication. I think that's
all
really
the things
the
that
biggest
go
thing.
in with the normal relationship.
Right.
It's all the same.
Exactly. The exact same things that happen between two people still happen between 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, however many people are involved. So it just makes room for a lot more communication needed in general, and just the ability to trust and be open, and to know yourself and what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. So, I don't know, that's all I got right now. Do you have anything to add?
I got nothing.
Alright, so let us know in the comments below what you think, what polyamory means to you, if you have any questions, or what else you'd like to hear from us about the topic of polyamory, open love, non-monogamy, or anything else along that topic. Alright, bye! Oh yes, like, comment, subscribe below!